Good morning, Neil here with the After That Radio Show. I'm here with my friend Brian Waters. I'm going to talk about the West Coast Championship. Before that, I'm going to ask him one question I ask everybody, and what is his favorite flavored Marianne's ice cream?
Usually I'm a
tin what?
yeah, it was a tin roof or something like that. But
All right.
you know, anything non-dairy.
Okay, you won't see him anytime. He goes in there maybe once a year, but he'll be back.
I'll be back. Yes.
Okay,
Great ice
let's
cream.
go to West Coast Championship. Explain what's happening.
Absolutely. So, the board riders, the pivotal event of the year. We've had 3 events competing in, which brought us to achieving actually at the hook one of the highest heat scores as a team, I think, in board rider, at least U.S. history, which was 256 points. So we're going into now 3 days of comp, which are 15th and 16th, the West Coast Board Riders Week Cup.
Yeah.
That's being hosted by board riders clubs at Trestles in San Clemente.
Yeah, which is a
Lowers.
great wave. Awesome wave.
Wonderful way. Actually, that's where the Olympics are going to be held.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a phenomenal, as everyone knows that surfs or doesn't surf, it's a phenomenal way for judging and competition as well. So then, the next day following the Week Cup will be then the U.S. Board Riders Championship. So basically the top teams that make things.
Okay.
So representing clubs from Hawaii, Southern California, and I think East Coast Club might be in there. So yes, we're starting with a whole host of clubs. As the 2 days advance through the events of the Week Cup, that's where it arrives to then finite amount of clubs competing in the U.S. Board Riders.
Who organizes this? Who's it sponsored by? Who puts this whole thing together?
Well, so it's U.S. National Board Riders. They're getting all the permitting done. We have major sponsors. Check it out on Instagram. You'll see the long list. And
what's the Instagram handle?
So you can look at West Coast Board Riders, and then you have United States Board Riders as well.
All right.
And then, for of course, Santa Cruz Board Riders
Yeah.
Club. But to your point, every individual club through Surf Cities will have their own set of supporters and sponsors.
Yeah.
And we've had great partners along the years here in Santa Cruz, from Santa Cruz County Bank to Toyota Santa Cruz, Pono Hawaiian Grill, Pescavare, Fide, number of partners, Sean Purdy, real estate. So, yeah, we've been really fortunate.
Good. I heard you mentioned there's 30, 40, 50, 60. There's some old dudes that are going to be surfing, right? Is that like a sidebar thing, or is this hasn't been happening? This doesn't happen all the time, does it?
Well, it's not happening, 24/7 year round, but it's 3 events that we're competing in when the season kicks off to culminating, and then the end of May at Trestles, and then we start over our season in late fall, and then reboot. But to your point, all ages are coming out. I mean, in the 50s, we've got Rufo, Peter Mel, Josh Loya, Shane Des, John Hunter. We've got a solid crew, and then as we tear down 40s, 30s,
you got a great. That's a scary bunch right there.
That, and then we've got Nat
Young, that's a stacked house.
Jesse Colombo. We've got so much challenge. Brody, all the girls, and Rivi and Isla, and KK, Kiana. It just goes on. So a lot of talent.
So can people watch online?
Yes. So Couch Surfing TV.
Say that again.
Couch Surfing TV is the media partner.
All right.
So that'll be all shared within our Instagram links and how to watch that.
What are you going to be doing down there personally?
I'm going to be down there personally, taking lots of pictures, social media. I'm one of the drivers, so we get Toyota Santa Cruz. They're so generous to us. They donate a couple car rentals for us.
That's pretty cool, right there.
Helps a lot, offset costs.
Yeah.
Because this is a nonprofit. Remember, it's not a big financial prize. This is a claim.
Bragging rights, is that what it's about?
It's about bragging rights.
Okay, so you might get a trophy or something like that. There's no money, it's just bragging rights, right?
Just bragging rights.
It's just fun. It's just a fun thing.
Yeah. And, the format of the contest where 4 of those individual tiers from each club are all competing. So a lot of these gals have competed each other at one point or another in their pro surfing career or free surfing. And so it's a nice culmination of all the personalities to get together and a coming together of the tribes.
Do you feel that surf contests are kind of a dying breed, but now you're bringing it back almost?
I don't know necessarily that they're dying.
Yeah, but
I think format.
A decline.
Right.
Okay.
I think format-wise, that's what's interesting about board riders. It's teamwork.
Okay.
You know, although individually you're surfing for your best score possible,
yeah.
you still have a team that your peers are working together to pick up the pace where maybe something wasn't that they find.
Okay. So you got somebody surfing. What can somebody do to help the competitor along or get a better score?
Well, there is such a thing as called the whammy.
Yeah, okay, what's the whammy?
And so, you know, within this format for this contest, surfers are allowed 4 waves, and out of those 4 waves, the top one will be picked. But if the surfer individually decides, I want to double my score, they whammy, throw up their arms, whammy. So that doubles that score immediately.
Does he just does it by himself? Does he?
Does it by himself.
Okay.
I mean, you'll have coaches and captains on the inside going, whammy that thing, you know,
Yeah.
yelling from the beach in excitement. But also the surfer kind of knows.
So is it kind of go, busy, exciting stuff?
It's really go.
Okay.
I mean, they are.
You're not sitting around on the beach chilling and hanging out.
I mean, there's that, but it's 60 to 65 minute heats, and what keeps it interesting is that a new surfer from each club is going in and changing out every 10 to 12 minutes.
Okay.
So
it's just constant.
Different. It's constant change. So think about, you know, not only for the coordination from the captains, but also for the judges, for the referees, watching and making sure everyone's doing the right thing as they enter and exit the water.
This board riders thing, I've seen you guys in Australia and other parts of the world, right? It's worldwide, right? So, but this contest, is it called a contest? This event is now
championships.
Okay, so this championship just for California kids.
California, Hawaiian kids.
Okay.
I think East Coast clubs. Might have to correct myself on that.
Okay.
But you know, there's over 500 clubs globally.
Right.
This has been modeled after the board riders clubs in Australia that's been in existence forever.
Yeah, forever, yeah.
So coming to the U.S. in Southern California. Ziggy, Chris Marino, Casey Wheat had founded the Board Riders Club.
Yeah.
So that's where this all was born in Southern California for the U.S.
Yeah.
And now has grown to 50 clubs on the West Coast, north of probably 60 clubs on the East Coast, from Maine down Florida, Carolinas.
That grew quickly.
Really quickly.
Right? Because when we first started, it was kind of a bare bones type of thing.
Yeah, but
a little bit.
You think about, I mean, sort of like WWF meets maybe Boy Scouts, right?
Yeah.
We're going on trips, we're changing out players. You know, that's the art, I think, and also how our captains have become good at knowing when and where to place people as well.
I remember coaching the high school team, Harbor High, but there was always a grudge between Northern California and Southern California, whatever school you were, whatever high school you were with. Right? Is it still the same? A little bit Northern versus Southern California.
If you get Rufo on the bullhorn, yes, it is. No, it's fun.
You give him that thing?
Yeah, I get Peter Mel's really good on it too. You know? But it's a lot of fun. That rivalry is really fun, and the heckle game, and then the love all about surfing and what we love to do.
What a great time! That's good. It's a great time for the kids.
Yeah, and then there's that, and these kids that are coming up, especially of the COVID era kids, where a lot of them got to surf more and video more and coach and train.
Right.
I mean, this is a nice little, almost practice thing for them as they go into maybe something in Japan that's going to be happening
for sure.
So,
once again, let me bring this back up again. You can watch it on Couch TV.
Couch Surfing TV.
When is the event? When is it?
So it's beginning this 15th, 16th, and 17th.
Okay.
And again, everything's listed out on Santa Cruz Board Riders Club. We'll have more scheduling as then we go into the last day with our top 2 surfers from the Week Cup event that will be competing in U.S. Board Riders.
Perfect. Anything else? What do we miss?
Let's see.
Did you get everything? We got your ice cream. We got the event.
Ice cream. Got my dirty chai.
Yeah.
The surf mascot dog is here.
Dog's here.
Ready to go. Yep. So we're ready. We're excited.
Cool.
Thanks to partners support you as well, Neil.
You're welcome, buddy. Thank you. Always, anytime. You're always welcome.
All right. You.